we've got Gordon Hodges. Gordon is the owner and operator of Pineview Farms in the Appalachian Mountains. He also is the genetics and marketing manager with his farms. And Gordon is unique. There's a few individuals out there, but not many, who have served 4 terms for the ASA Board of Trustees. Gordon first served for the ASA Board in 1990 and is now on his 6th year from his second time around. So I've gotten to work with Gordon for the last 6 years. I didn't the first time around. I was in middle school. But anyway, I really enjoyed my time working with Gordon, and Gordon really values pollen data, values carcass data, does a lot of genomics work, and also values education and communication and interaction. And he's just, I've learned a lot from him and his approach in this position. So that's Gordon Hodges.
Well, good morning, everybody. And I know the majority of you sitting out there, I know most of the buildings know of me. I've been around a long time. I really appreciate the membership taking the time to come to an event like this. There's no time in the year that you can select that's not a conflict with something. So we do the best we can. Try to squeeze this in late summer after as much harvest as possible before you get into fall calving, such as that. But there's always conflicts, so we're happy to have the ones watching on Facebook Live. Glad to have all of you here. We'd like to thank the Kansas Simmental Association for hosting this. Dr. Dikeman put on quite a presentation last year, and we had several really good applications for Fall Focus. Manhattan is a place that I always enjoy visiting. I've been coming here at least a couple of times a year for close to 40 years. But Manhattan, I think, in some of Jackie's information, ranked the number 2 place to live, number 2 small town to live in the United States, the number 1 college town in the United States. Respectful. There's a couple of things that I would like to really thank Kansas Simmental Association for doing, as well as Jackie. There's 2 things that I had not seen us do with Fall Focus. The self-guided tour yesterday was great. That was something new. To me, it seemed like it was being received much better than loading people on buses and having an exact route to take off on. So I'm hoping maybe that other locations can do that in the future. I know Manhattan is fairly unique, having so many ASA members close to town here. But yesterday's deal with the self-guided tours, it was such a relaxed atmosphere. Where I went, there was a number of people at the stops, and last night there was a good crowd of people that ended up out at the Stanley Stout Center. So it's been a really good day. And then the other thing that was different, and maybe the connoisseur of lame geese maybe helped with this deal here, this list of places to go. Lane, did you get Wade to Spring to pay for you to go to all of these so you could evaluate them? And I've been trying to convince my wife that this is not a checklist. You do not have to go to every one of them, but she's on a mission to get it done. But that was nice. We haven't had a list like that provided Fall Focus, and it's just so nice to have a condensed version of places that are nice to visit. Appreciate the event we're going to have tonight at the Flint Hills Discovery Center. The Kansas Simmental Association, I know, is going to have a very special deal for us there tonight. I've been here before to a BIF convention, Discovery Center, and you're going to enjoy it tonight. Also, thanks to the Kansas State University staff for providing a lot of support and speakers for here, as well as all the other speakers that traveled in. Really appreciate you taking the time to be with us and help make Fall Focus successful. And thanks again to Jackie, who is a lead staff member, Dr. Jackie Atkins, and who Kansas, as well as myself, worked with the most as far as a lead person, but then a load of staff, and way too many for me to recognize individually. But there's a lot of ASA staff time that goes into Fall Focus. I personally thank the board from 6 years ago and the staff since then. Fall Focus is special to me because when I came on the board 6 years ago, we had a period of time since the summer conference had been done away with. It was being held back when I was on the board many years ago. But there had been a while that there was not an event that was open, working committee meetings and board meetings that brought membership in, made them feel welcome, gave them a chance to interact in the committees in the boardroom. And when I came on the board 6 years ago, that was one of the things I really wanted to try to figure out how to do it again. And the staff, this was at an April board meeting, I was working toward hoping to have it happen by the following year. Within a week after I got home from the meeting in April 6 years ago, an email went out from staff and said if the board would agree to have it in Bozeman, they thought they could pull it off that year. And they did. They pulled off the first one in Bozeman with only a few months to prepare. Please give our staff a round of applause for bringing an event back. So all of you can that's all I've got. The foundation, the American Simmental Simmental Foundation, this is one of the events that they sponsor. I would like for Lori Ebesbacher, who is the current chairman of the ASSF board, she's going to come up and thank the sponsors that helped make this possible.
Well, thank you, Gordon. The foundation is very excited to be part of your Fall Focus. It's a huge fundraiser for us, and this is my 22nd year of raising funds for the foundation. And the board that I have this year is the most passionate, hardworking group of people that we ever had. So I'd like to introduce my board first, and if any of these people are here, please feel free to talk to them about the different types of fundraisers that we do and how we can be more involved into the breed as a foundation. My current board, of course, we have Darla Edgar, who is new as far as being part of our youth activities and also part of the foundation. So Darla is super excited to be part of this and ready to work with all of you. The other part of my board is Bill McDonald, Emily Brickman, Greg Burton, Aaron Owens, Holly Hatmaker, Mark Smith, Tanya Phillips, Kathy Acker, Brandy Karsh, Scott Cowger, Bob Mullen, and Michael Stone. So we have people from across the country and in your regions, and so if you have different functions that you want us to be part of, please contact us and we'd be more than happy to step up to the plate. As far as the Fall Focus goes, we've got some wonderful people who have been with us since the beginning, and so we totally appreciate that. At a platinum level, we have All Flex, Gene Seek, and the Kansas Simmental Association. On the gold level, we have Fred Smith Company, Kenner Simmental. Silver, we have Gateway Simmental, Gen X, Gift Farms, Laramie Family Simmental, McDonald Farms, Miller Simmental, Molly Manufacturing, Select Sires, ST Genetics, TNT Simmental Branch, Trinity Farms. On the bronze level, we have Mark Brunel Cattle Company and One Penny Ranch. So we invite all of you to be part of this. Going forward, we would love to have more sponsors. sponsors, the more sponsors we have, the more we can do. So we thank you. And again, as far as being part of the foundation, contact us at any time to be included. We'd love to have this whole event in our foundation room. Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Lori. A lot of our sponsors are set up out in the hallway outside. Please visit with them, thank them. And yes, we would like to have more sponsorship. The more that we have sponsorship, the more that we can do with this event, and hopefully it will grow over time. At this point in time, I think that ends me for today. I'll see you again tomorrow, but I will be around all day today, and I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Atkins now.
So one last note on the sponsors. If you are a sponsor or representing somebody who sponsored the event, we would like to take a picture with all of the sponsors. And Ms. Kathy, do you have a direction for us?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. At the first break, we would like all the sponsors to gather here, and we'll figure out where we're going to stamp that pretty picture. So if you're a sponsor, please come find us here at the first morning break. With that, we've got Dr. Dikeman is up next. Dr. Dikeman has a rich history in the beef cattle business. He has been breeding Simmental since 71. And 1 year after Gordon got started, I think, if my notes are right, Dr. Dikeman works for K-State. He's a faculty emeritus now, but worked there for 42 years. And really is a name in the beef industry for studying tenderness and meat science. I remember being a graduate student and knowing who Dr. Dikeman was, and then coming on staff for ASA and going to the chairman's auction when he won the Golden Book Award and getting to shake his hand. And I don't know if you know Dr. Dikeman, but I was a little starstruck. It was Dr. Dikeman. And so anyway, he's definitely got a strong name in this industry and within this breed, and has bumped in to working even closer with us in his role as SIN specialist, and so I've got to work with him more in the past few years. So I'm still a little starstruck, but starting to, you're a person now, not just Dr. Dikeman. Anyway, we want to have Dr. Dikeman introduce you to this area and hear a few words from Dr. Dikeman.
Welcome to the Little Apple, Kansas State University in Flint Hills, Kansas. I was honored to be asked to make some comments about the Kansas Simmental Association of Kansas State University in Kansas Agriculture. I want to say that I greatly appreciate working with Jackie over the past several months. It's been great to work with. It's been a pleasure to work with her as well as some other staff members. A couple of things I want to do before I make some introductory comments is that we do have a door prize. Rodney Hawkins secured from Valley Vet up at Marysville, Kansas, a ultra precision syringe head. We're going to offer this to the person who traveled the farthest land miles to come to this conference. How many of you have traveled more than 1,300 miles to get here? Well, I know Randy Bowen from Canada, and he's about 1,510 miles from here. And so I figured he was going to be hard to beat. Randy, are you in the audience? You'd like to offer this syringe? There you are, Randy. Come on up. And the other thing I'd like to do before I make some comments is that the Animal Sciences and Industrial Department at Kansas State has a brand new head of the Animal Sciences and Industrial Department, Dr. Mike Day. And Mike is here, lady. Stand up, Dr. Day. Anyway, we're glad to have you here, and I'm excited about telling a little bit about Kansas State, Kansas Simmental, and so forth. But I grew up in Fort Scott, Kansas, down in southeast Kansas, and transferred to community college here. Was on the beat judging team under Dr. Hoff, and really that stimulated my interest to pursue advanced education in the beat science area. I was on Don Good's last senior livestock judging team, and we competed against Bert Moore's team at Iowa State. But anyway, then I went to Michigan State to get a master's degree and worked with Dr. Harlan Ritchie, assisting with the livestock judging team there. And came back to Kansas State and earned my PhD degree. And Dr. Good actually created a position in teaching and research, in which I was fortunate to be hired. The research component of that was to work with the new Meat and Animal Research Center in Clay Center, Nebraska. And my job was to coordinate the carcass and meat components of that research, and through all the GPE cycles and ultimately the germplasm utilization and a few other projects. The cycle one in that study consists of meeting Simmental, Charolais, Limousin, South Devon, Jersey, Hereford, and Angus sires to Angus and Hereford cows. And that was a 3-year repetition of those meetings. And it was really impressive and exciting to see those first Simmental composites, particularly the Simmental Angus composites. Almost ideal size, beautiful phenotype, excellent carcass cutability, and desirable meat quality. And that's when I decided I wanted to try to raise the Simmental. So we started out with Simmentals on 20 acres, and eventually that continued to grow. But I greatly enjoyed my career at Kansas State and working with the Meat Animal Research Center. Kansas State University is the first land-grant university, an enrollment of about 22,000 students. I brought a couple of products with me. Feedstuffs magazine had an article a few months ago and ranked the Kansas State College of Agriculture as one of the top colleges of ag in the United States. And then an organization called Learn.org ranked Kansas State as the second best public university in the United States. And then Gordon mentioned some other recognitions for Manhattan, Kansas State, as far as the university community. In regard to the Animal Sciences and Industry Department, largely under the leadership of Dr. Ken Oody for 11 years as department head, the department grew and excelled over 1,000 students, about 32% of which are out-of-state students. And interestingly, a little over 70% of the students are now females. The department is fortunate to have the Livestock and Meat Industry Council, which is a branch of the KSU Foundation. They've been extremely supportive of the Department of Animal Sciences and Industry. And 5 years ago, I believe, they started the first, they call it the Alumni and Friends Family Reunion. Okay? And that's going to be held in October. Just a week or so ago, we received kind of a booklet showing pictures of the past, and we're expecting that probably well over 1,000 people attend, alumni and friends of animal science. So they've been great supporters. My first interaction with ASA was when Jerry Lipsy was CEO, and he had this concept of developing a program where sires could be tested, where feedlot information could be obtained, carcass and meat information could be obtained. And he asked Tommy Brown and I to visit with him a few times about that, and we maybe gave him a little advice that might have been helpful, but mostly we gave him encouragement. And the Partners Merit Program, of course, has been a long-term project that I think has been extremely valuable to the growth of the American Simmental Association. Kansas Simmental people were some of the earliest users of Simmental semen, and that includes the K-State purebred beef camp. In 1969, there were 9 Simmental sire calves born by calf camp. Unfortunately, several of those calves had to be delivered by cesarean section. And an article was written in the Cattleman's Day report about that. And one breeder in Kansas wrote a critical letter to Dr. Miles McKee and said, well, it's obviously those Hereford cows that had trouble having those calves. Well, I don't think that was really the case. But what information did they have at that point to select the calf? Russ, probably about zero information, except for his phenotype. Okay? I doubt that he even knew birth weight. Okay? And of course, the term EPD was an unknown term at that point. And so we're so fortunate now that we have so much more information now to make good genetic selection decisions. But the next year, there were 14 calves born sired by Gallant. And they were excellent cattle. They were on display at Cattleman's Day. And it didn't matter whether you were a Hereford breeder or whatever, everybody was impressed with those cattle. And again, I'm going to emphasize, I think they were kind of ideal in size. So, how did the Simmental breed, as well as others, take this dead-end detour by selecting for larger and larger and larger frame sizes? And we realized at some point we were at a dead end and had to turn around and back out. And now I think we're kind of on the right road for the right type of cattle. I've always appreciated the fact that the ASA understands the value and importance of heterosis. And of course, the Simmental Angus composite has been a superb composite. But I will tell you that early on when I was on the ASA board, there were at least 2 people that fought pretty vigorously against the concept of Sim Angus or promoting anything to do with another breed of cattle. But I give credit to Jerry Lipsy for standing his ground. He saw the true value and benefit of Sim Angus composites, and the board finally went along and developed that trade name, and I think it's been a great boon to the American Simmental Association. And as a side note, I think Jerry Lipsy did some great things for the American Simmental Association. The Kansas State Simmental Association was one of the first associations to form. And one of the early persons was Ansel Armstrong, who at the time was the manager of the Kansas Artificial Breeding Unit. And a lot of new breed semen was coming into the country, and so he resigned and developed what he called New Breeds Industries to market semen on Limousin, Simmental, Charolais, South Devon, and so forth. But it didn't take long. It was obvious that his heart was for Simmentals. He was a strong advocate for the Simmental breed, and he later became chair of the ASA Board of Trustees. But anyway, I would describe the Kansas breeders of Simmental cattle as being mostly blue-collar breeders, where they focus on performance and producing cattle that work in the beef cattle industry. There have been 4 Kansans that have served as chairman of the board of the SA, and I think that probably most years, or at least the majority of the years, there's been Kansan on the ASA board. And there have been 7 Kansans that have been selected for the Golden Book Award recipients. And I think that's a great thing. I'm going to finish by just telling you a little bit about Kansas agriculture. Okay? We're a strong agricultural state, strong animal agriculture. Okay? The latest cattle and feed report showed that there were 2.4 million cattle and feed in Kansas right now. Last year, there were 5.1 million marketed, fed cattle marketed, and cash receipts last year for cattle, all cattle, exceeded $8 billion. So it's an extremely important industry in the state of Kansas. If all the plants in Kansas work 6 days, and sometimes they do, the peak harvest capacity in Kansas can be 125,000 cattle per week. That's if they work 6 days.
And we realized at some point we were at a dead end and had to turn around and back up. And now I think we're kind of on the right road for the right type of cattle. I've always appreciated the fact that the ASA understands the value and importance of heterosis. And of course, the Simmental Angus composite has been a superb composite. But I will tell you that early on, when I was on the ASA board, there were at least 2 people that fought pretty vigorously against the concept of Sim Angus or promoting anything to do with another breed of cattle. But I give credit to Jerry Lipsey for standing his ground. He saw the true value and benefit of the Sim Angus composites, and the board finally went along and developed that trade name, and I think it's been a great boon to the American Simmental Association. And as a side note, I think Jerry Lipsey did some great things for the American Simmental Association. The Kansas State Simmental Association was one of the first associations to form, and one of the early persons was Ansel Armstrong, who at the time was the manager of the Kansas Artificial Breeding Unit. And a lot of new breed semen was coming into the country, and so he resigned and developed what he called New Breeds Industries to market semen on Limousin, Simmental, Charolais, South Devon, and so forth. But it didn't take long that it was obvious that his heart was for Simmentals. And he was a strong advocate for the Simmental breed, and he later became chair of the ASA Board of Trustees. But anyway, I would describe the Kansas breeders of Simmental cattle as being mostly blue-collar breeders, where they focus on performance and producing cattle that work in the beef cattle industry. There have been 4 Kansans that have served as chairman of the board of ASA, and I think that probably most years, or at least majority of the years, there's been a Kansan on the ASA board. And there have been 7 Kansans that have been selected for the Golden Book Award recipients. And I think that's great. I'm going to finish by just telling you a little bit about Kansas agriculture. Okay? We're a strong agricultural state, strong animal agriculture. Okay? The latest cattle on feed report showed that there are 2.4 million cattle on feed in Kansas right now. Last year there were 5.1 million marketed, fed cattle marketed, and cash receipts last year for cattle, all cattle, exceeded $8 billion. So it's an extremely important industry in the state of Kansas. If all the plants in Kansas work 6 days, and sometimes they do, the peak harvest capacity in Kansas could be 125,000 cattle per week. That's if they work 6 days. And of course, we have 3 of the large good companies here: Cargill, Tyson, and National Beef. I'll make one other comment about Kansas agriculture. In the western half of Kansas, we've seen quite a change in that in the last decade, there have been, I think, 22 large or corporate dairies established out there, ranging anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 cows. So that's been a big change for Kansas, but important for animal agriculture. Again, I'm honored to be asked to make some comments this morning, and the Kansas Simmental Association is excited and pleased that you accepted our invitation to come here And so we want to be good hosts, so let us know if we can do something to make your stay more enjoyable. And I'm anxious about the program today, and I think we're excited about the future of the Simmental breed. Thank you very much.